Always use our body as a grounding place and fully aware of the movements of the body, the sensation of the body. When we are aware of the movement of the body, is to aware of the main part first and then continue on to the entire body. So we will begin with the warm-up exercise. First of all, stand with feet apart, and the width of the feet is the same with the width of our shoulders, and our feet are parallel. The first one is to swing your arms left and right while turn your body left and right. One hand will tap on the shoulder, and the other hand will tap on the back. Fully aware of the movements of the waist, the movements of our arms and palms, and aware of the movements of the entire body. Relax the entire body, aware of the sensations of the body. If you're thinking of something else, aware of it and return to your body. Your body is a grounding place. Enjoy the time that you're here and now. Gently come to a pause, feet together, join your palms. Next is the waist movement. Stand with feet apart, parallel and shoulder width. Hold your palms to your waist, bend your waist to the left, front, right, and back. Rotate your waist 360 degrees. fully aware of the movements of the waves that guiding the entire body. Reverse direction to your right, front, left, back, your movements are very smooth, gentle, relaxed. Enjoy your movements right there. Return to the upright position. Join your palms, feet together. Next is to swing your arms back and forth while bend your knees up and down. Stand with feet apart, parallel and shoulder width. Aware of the movements of your arms, While swing your arms, try so that your arm is not higher than the shoulder. Gently come to a pause, feet together, join your palms. Next is knees movements. Place your palms to your thighs and bend your knees starting from the left, down, right and up. When bending down a little bit, your upper body will also slightly bend down. reverse direction. Return to the upright position. Next is extend left and right. Stand so that your feet forming a V and join your palms. Step to the left. Extend your arms. Your head also turn to the direction of the left. Now, first of all, the knees that in the front should not be over the tips of your toes. The second thing is that the two arms are in the same level, not that one is higher than the other. Return. Right. Return. Left. Return. Right. Return. Left. Return. Right. Return. Join your palms. Bow. So we are ready for meditation. You loosen everything that is tight in your body, and then sit on the cushion. Start with joining your palms. Place your palms, place your awareness to the tips of the middle fingers. Place your palms to your knees. We will do the head movements, starting from the left, front, right, back. Again. And again, reverse direction, right, front, left, back. Again, and again, return your head to the upright position. Now do the 3 deep breathings. Make your palms like this and place your palms to the abdomen. The navel will be in the center of the oval shape. Breathe in to your nostrils. Bend your body down. Breathe out to your mouth. Up, breathe in. Down, breathe out. Up, breathe in. Down, breathe out. And up. Readjust posture. Sit correctly. Now check the entire body. Make sure that all the muscles are loosened. Once your muscles are loosened, then you use the scanning method. When scan, then you're just aware of that part. Whatever that sensation are, just notice or just aware, that's enough. Start with your hair, where they in contact with the skin of your skull, aware of that part. Your forehead, aware of the sensation of the skin of your forehead. Your eyes, your cheeks, your nose, your mouth and your chin. And then to your neck, the skin, the muscles of your neck. Shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, your palms, fingers, your chest, the skin, the muscles of your chest. Your stomach, your back, the waist area, your buttocks, the touching feeling of the buttocks to the cushion. Put all your weight down to the cushion. Your thighs, your calves, your feet, return to the entire head, your upper body, your lower body, then the entire body that's sitting here. You're calmer and calmer. You may observe your breath. Just observe to see how it works. And then, very naturally, you will follow your breath to your nostrils, in and out. If you feel that you want to use the counting method, then go ahead. Count your breath from 1 to 10. If you have the method that you're most familiar with, then just use it. Don't mind your wandering thoughts. They come and go by themselves. All you need to do is don't follow them. You are working on your method right now. Stay with a clear mind. And of course, you already relaxed the entire body. Also relax your mind. Just pick up your method again and again. Please continue. When you hear the sound of the chime, tell yourself to come out of meditation. Take 3 deep breaths. Move your fingers. Slightly move your body. Gently join your palms. Place your palms to your knees and rotate your body from small circles to bigger circles. Reverse direction. And massage. Rub the back of your thumb so heat is created. And then press your eye sockets inward to outward. Then rub your palms. Heat is created. Put to your eyes. Release. Again. Rub your palms and wash your face gently. Below, inward, up and outward. And then place your palms like this. Right hand to the left temple, left hand to the right temple. And massage your head and the back of your head. And then massage your entire head. And then press the neck like this. Release and press again. Release, press, release. And then place your palm to the back of your head and slide down to your neck. And then your ears, squeeze from the edge and inward. And use your index finger to press here, this middle part of your ear. Slightly press and then step it out. And then use your finger to rub the shoulders, the muscles of the left shoulder. And rub the shoulder joint. And squeeze the muscles of the upper arm. All the muscles. Rub the elbow. And then also inward. And then they squeeze the muscles of the lower arm. And then press this point where the thumb and the index finger meet here of your palm. On the other side, the right shoulder muscles, squeeze, rub the joint, squeeze the muscles of the upper arm, elbow, inward, lower arm, and this point. Your chest, one direction first, reverse direction, and then the armpits slide down to the abdomen. The stomach, one hand on top, one hand on the other. Just do one direction. Start from the left, down, right, up. Do it slowly. Just one direction. Now in the back, you grab the back where it's hard to reach. With the two hands. Then use your knuckles of the fingers here to press the shoulder blade on the side, and then the other side. Then use the knuckles of the fist to press along the two sides of the spine. Then use the back of your palms, rub, wrist cross like this. Then use your palm to rub the lower back up and down like this. Then now is your left thigh. Squeeze the muscles. The knee. And the calf. Now you find the the shin bone, and then the left side of the shin bone. Use your left hand, place to your knee, and then the ring finger will point to the middle finger will point to the shin bone, and then the ring finger, below, two fingers below. You find that groove, and you press, and you press, and you press, and then you press down. Finish with the left, now it's the right. Squeeze the muscles of your thigh. And then the knee. And then the calf. Squeeze the muscles of the calf. And find the right side, the right groove of the shin bone. Press, 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 and press down. Okay, now is the feet. Stretch the feet toward you, away from you, toward you, away from you, toward you, away from you, toward you, away from you. Rotate your feet. One direction first. Reverse direction. And then your toes, grab your toes, reverse, grab your toe, reverse, grab your toes, reverse, grab your toes, reverse, relax, and finish.
Selamat malam teman-teman semua. Telah tiba saatnya kita memasuki sesi teaching yang akan diberikan oleh guru kita, Shifu dari Dharma Mountain Retreat Center, USA. Saya persilahkan teman-teman semua untuk silahkan buka videonya. Kita akan memberi penghormatan bersama kepada guru. Sebentar, kita nunggu Shifu sebentar. Oke. Mari kita bersikap anjali dan bokok hormat pada Shifu. Amitofo, Shifu.
So today's day, January 29. We will continue on talking about Platform Sutra on the chapter of Samadhi and Wisdom. So last time we were talking about this non-attachment to both worldly and super mundane. Only when one clings neither to worldly dharmas nor super mundane dharmas Is one truly practicing Buddha Dharma? And this is genuine one practice samadhi, the highest wisdom. When one remains unaffected by worldly conditions, free from afflictions while helping others liberate from afflictions. This is true unobstructed flow, the genuine way. And that was the talk on January 22nd, Thursday. And we ended here. Now there's a question of the Platform Sutra states the way is not in sitting, but is sitting meditation truly unimportant? That's the question. If one lacks the foundation of meditation, how does one cultivate the way? So, if the mind abides in dharmas, and as we said, there are many categories of dharma, then whenever the mind grasps or clings to any one of them, vexation arises and one is not free. That is not one practice samadhi. It is not free flowing. Well, let's take a look at the story of from Vimalakirti Sutra. Now, the Platform Sutra says, if one states that constantly sitting without moving is correct, then take Sariputta's sitting in the forest. Yet he was scolded by Vimalakirti. This comes from the Vimalakirti Sutra, chapter on the disciples. The Buddha asked many disciples to visit Vimalakirti, who was sick, but none dared to go, because each remembered having been humbled by him previously. Sariputta once sat meditating in the forest. Vimalakirti appeared and said, Sariputta, don't sit like that. Sitting like this is useless. While Sariputta was diligently sitting, but Vimalakirti pointed out that simply sitting still is not true practice. Even non-Buddhists can sit. This echoes Master Huineng's teaching. Meditation is not about sitting. Sitting does not equal dhyana. True meditation is being free amidst conditions, undisturbed, unshaken, unaffected. The way has no fixed form. Once you click to a form, you are bound by it. So again, still the question comes, then does the Platform Sutra say we don't need meditation? This here, we need to clarify. At our organization, we teach meditation, and we often hold Chan retreats every year, and we sit every morning and evening. If we take the sutras to mean no sitting, then should we stop all these activities? Of course not. There are levels. Ordinary people cannot simply not cling because they are told to. If someone tells you, don't think, can you do it? Daytime, you can't. Nighttime, you can't. Sleeping, you can't. The mind runs by itself, scattered, distracted, pulled by conditions. So we first must train to calm and settle the mind. This is what we teach in beginner's meditation class. When the mind can settle for a few hours without arising turmoil, only then can we talk about not clinging even to tranquility or concentration. And true wisdom can manifest this. Thus, method first, which is settle the mind. And there's the story about Master Huike asking Bodhidharma for peace of mind. So Master Huike said to Bodhidharma, my mind is not at peace. Please pacify it for me. And Bodhidharma replied, bring me your mind and I will pacify it. Huike then searched and could not find the mind. Thus his mind became peaceful. People have heard this story for over 1,000 years. If hearing it could settle your mind, you would already be enlightened. But still your mind doesn't settle. Therefore, we still need practice methods and Chan classes and retreats. So the saying that watching the mind, observing stillness, not moving or thinking, this is not it. Deluded people cling to stillness. The Platform Sutra says, there are some who teach sitting to watch the mind, to observe stillness, not to move and not to think, and to take this as the method. Deluded people cling to it and become confused. At most, this produces concentration. But if one clings to stillness, it becomes inverted delusion. So before Huineng, there were teachers who taught observing the quiet mind. This is a method of concentration, like still sitting, visualization, or meditation in other traditions. It can calm the mind. Yet, clinging to stillness can create a problem. And that's when one clings to tranquility,
one may avoid people, avoid society, even dislike seeing animal or fish, wanting to hide away where nothing disturbs them. This may seem peaceful, but it becomes socially negative. If everyone lived like this, society would collapse. Well, give an example. A Western visitor once went to the mountain in China. The Buddhist monks and nuns he met were friendly, welcoming, offering food. Yet the Taoist recluses, however, hid themselves, refusing contact, as if being touched by outsiders would defile them or cause trouble. Also in India, many yogic recluses prohibit contact. They hide, and visitors are warned not to enter. The American said, that's the one, the Westerner. This shows Buddhist practitioners are different. Yes, Buddhists may practice in mountains, but they do not see the world as frightening or defiling. So let us explain two terms and methods of practice, and what exactly are watching the mind and contemplating stillness. Watching the mind means watching your mind so that it does not move. In practice, this means stopping thoughts so that no thoughts arise. Contemplating stillness means observing the calm, unmoving, quiet state of the mind, keeping it peaceful and stable. This method is easy to do. It is commonly called silent sitting or quiet sitting. When you bring the mind back from the external world into itself, you watch the mind remain calm and still, not letting it move. If it moves, ignore it and return to not moving them and stillness. But we have an example of when sudden events disturb the mind. A lay practitioner asked, he has practiced chant for many years, but when sudden or strange situations arise, he cannot keep his mind unmoved. Under normal conditions, he can remain calm, but when something unexpected happens, his mind is shaken and cannot settle for a long time. So he asked, what should he do? Then the answer is very easy and also very difficult. So there are some way to do it. When the mind moves, we approach it with 3 steps. First step, do not listen, do not look. If something disturbs you, you stop looking and stop listening to the outside. Turn inward. Now this is referring to the mind. Turn inward and notice. My mind is being shaken by outside conditions. So once you see your mind moving, the mind stops moving. Ignore the outside, and this is step 1. Step 2 is stop, look, and listen. So let the outside be as it is. The situation moves, sounds arise. They are moving, not you. If your mind moves, reflect immediately. I am moving. Why am I moving with it? Then the mind naturally settles. But it needs practice. So this is the second step. The third one is that you look, listen, and participate. Now, this situation is happening right in front of you. It is for you to handle. If you do nothing, you are like a dead person. So you look, you listen, and act. Deal with the situation calmly, but without putting me or I into it. You handle the matter, but not the person. Handle the situation and not with the self. You could say that the third step is one practice samadhi and the flowing way, which is, it is not stagnating. The way is moving, is flowing. So step 1 and 2 are watching the mind and contemplate stillness. We start with step 1 and 2, then reach step 3. Step 1, do not see, do not hear. Step 2, see and hear, but not me. Step 3, see, hear, and act without self-attachment. Step 3 is the true flowing way. So the platform sutra that said, deluded people do not understand and cling upside down. And watching the mind and contemplating stillness are skillful means. So these 2 lines mean those who do not understand Chan take watching mind and stillness as the ultimate method, but they are just skillful means, not the final method. Taking a skillful means as the final truth is inverted grasping. So the teaching says again, many are like this. Teaching in this way is a great error. Many teachers tell people only to watch the mind and keep still. Not only non-Buddhists, even in Buddhism, this happens. Teaching only this is a great mistake. Watching the mind and contemplating stillness are not wrong. They are foundational Chan method. Before Master Huineng, many methods such as Xin Wang Ming, Xin Xin Ming, Xin Ming, And the teachings of the fourth and the fifth patriarchs all trained students by watching the mind and contemplating stillness first. These texts are found in the Taisho canon, especially in the Jingde Chuan Deng Lu, Jingde record of the transmission of the Lamb. And Shi Gong compiled them into a book titled Essentials for Correct Practice in Chan Gate, Chan Men Xiu Zheng Zi Yao. Well, probably it's difficult for you to purchase the Taisho canon. It's too large. Then buy this book, but it's in Chinese. It introduces many methods for watching the mind and contemplating stillness, and includes the Platform Sutra. Now let's continue. Good friends in the Dharma. In the correct teaching of Buddhism, there is originally no distinction between sudden and gradual. It is simply that human capacities differ. Some are keen, others dull. Those who are deluded enter gradually. Those who are awakened cultivate suddenly. When one recognizes one's own original mind and directly sees one's own true nature, there is no difference at all. Therefore, the terms sudden and gradual are merely provisional designation. So, let me put it this way. Good friends, what we seek to realize through practice is our inherent awakening nature. Fundamentally, the Buddha's true teaching does not involve any distinction between sudden and gradual. However, because people's spiritual capacities differ, some sharp, some dull, their responses to the Buddha's teaching naturally result in experiences of either sudden or gradual realization. Those who have not yet awakened usually need to practice step by step in order to gradually enter into accord with Dharma. Those who have awakened, however, realize it instantly, directly awaken to the mind and seeing their true nature. To recognize what one's original mind truly is, and to directly see one's own nature, does not depend on heaven, nor does it depend on the Buddha. It relies entirely on one's own wholesome roots and causes. Anyone who realizes that their true nature is originally pure will naturally understand that the Dharma is fundamentally without distinction and free from any division between sudden and gradual. It is only because sentient beings experience illusion and awakening, dullness and sharpness, that their encounters with the Dharma appear to involve sudden or gradual process. Hence, the terms sudden and gradual are established merely as provisional names. So let's take a look at the so-called the correct teaching, the flawless and authentic teachings of the Buddha, and the methods by which the Buddha guides sentient beings. One is the sudden and gradual. In Chan Buddhism, there are two approaches, sudden and gradual. And historically, debate between these two has never ceased. What is meant by sudden? It refers to teaching that do not rely on words or language, directly pointing beyond verbal expressions. Conversely, teaching that rely on words, explanation, and conceptual understanding are referred to as gradual. But can Chan truly separated from language and words? If words are entirely abandoned, can we still speak of sudden? This becomes a philosophical issue. Traditions that emphasize non-reliance on words are associated with the Linji lineage, transmitted from Master Huineng during the Tang Dynasty, and are regarded as representing the path of sudden awakening. And now we talk about original mind. The original mind is the pure mind. The pure mind is wisdom itself, free from vexations. Deluded thoughts belong to the false, illusory mind, whereas wisdom belongs to the original mind. When deluded thinking is removed, wisdom naturally manifests. And there are more discussion. The first one is that sudden in the south, gradual in the north, in Chinese Chan tradition. So Chinese Chan traditionally speaks of sudden awakening in the south and gradual cultivation in the north. So what then do sudden and gradual truly mean? And why does the Platform Sutta state that these distinctions are merely provisional labels? Actually, the Buddha's teaching itself has no sudden or gradual distinction. And differences arise due to sentient beings' capacities. The Platform Sutta, from the standpoint of Chan, teaches that human beings differ in suddenness and gradualness, in delusion and awakening. Practice and realization may appear sudden or gradual, but awakening itself is simply seeing one's true nature. Without seeing one's nature, one remains deluded. This is the fundamental issue in Chan. In the Buddha's correct teaching, there is inherently no distinction between sudden and gradual. The distinction only appears because people's spiritual capacities differ, some keen, others dull. This can be illustrated by the example of water. Water itself is simply water. It does not inherently exist as liquid, vapor, or ice. Yet, depending on climate and environmental condition, water can appear as liquid, gas, or solid, floating as vapor in the sky, or forming ice, snow, or frost. These changes do not arise from differences in the nature of water itself, but from environmental conditions. Likewise, the Buddha's teachings are fundamentally equal and impartial. Yet, because sentient beings possess different capacities, when viewed from their side, the Dharma appears to involve sudden or gradual realization. So again, we talk about the meaning of sudden and gradual. In Chinese Chan tradition, there is discussion of both sudden awakening and gradual awakening. Gradual refers to the continuous application of method and practice, through which the mind gradually becomes healthier and more stable. Sudden, on the other hand, means that no methods and no progressive practice are required. One awakens instantly, letting go of all entanglement in a single moment. Because of this, many people are naturally drawn to the idea of sudden awakening. Thus, sudden describes those with deep, wholesome roots and exceptional sharp capacities, the highest level of spiritual aptitude. When such individuals encounter Dharma, they awaken immediately, directly realizing the mind and seeing the true nature. This is called sudden awakening. Gradual, by contrast, refers to ordinary people who, upon encountering Dharma, must practice step by step, slowly reducing their vexations. As their vexations diminish, wisdom gradually arises. This is called gradual awakening. Although sudden awakening without any cultivation does exist, it is extremely rare and precious. For most people, regular practice within daily life is still necessary. For example, one may set aside certain periods during the day or apply relaxation methods whenever one notices mental distress. using these techniques to help regulate and stabilize the mind. We often use sharpness and dullness as metaphor, likening them to tools. However, those with deep, wholesome roots are not necessarily sharp in capacity, nor are those with shallow, wholesome roots necessarily dull. And our teacher often illustrates this with the example of an iron needle and an iron ball. An iron needle is extremely sharp. With a single thrust, it can pierce through the cloth. An iron ball, on the other hand, may be wrapped with thin cloth and not easily penetrate it. Yet it carries great weight, whereas the needle is light. If we use wholesome roots as our measures, those with dull faculties may resemble an iron ball, though sometimes they may be more likely tiny iron sand. Those with sharp faculties may be like a needle, or they may even resemble a treasure sword. Therefore, we should not judge the depth or shallowness of a person's wholesome roots simply by labeling them as sharp or dull. Many of us here may consider ourselves dull in capacity. Please do not become discouraged, and do not assume that this means your wholesome roots are shallow. Many people hope to be sharp in capacity and aspire to sudden awakening and immediate Buddhahood because it seems fast and produces immediate results. Yet such opportunities are rare. Most practitioners must devote a long period of time to diligent and steady cultivation, gradually refining themselves before the light of wisdom becomes manifest. This is what we call seeing one's nature or awakening. It cannot usually happen all at once. Therefore, do not envy those of sharp capacity, nor think that dull capacity is inferior. Those who are deluded enter gradually. Those who are awakened cultivate suddenly and awaken suddenly. Awakening itself always occurs in an instant. It is not something that happens little by little. However, the effort of practice must proceed gradually, step by step. This is like cooking a pot of rice. It is always cooked slowly, little by little, until suddenly, at one moment, it is fully done. That final moment of complete cooking is sudden, but the cooking process itself is gradual. Similarly, when every person has a time of birth, each one of us is nurtured in the womb for 10 months. That is gradual, yet the birth is early on time or late. Yet the moment of birth itself takes only a short time. That is sudden. Okay, so I will stop here.
Thank you, Koyen Sifu. We have 15 minutes left. Should we proceed for breakout room, Sifu?
Okay.
Oke, silahkan dibantu si Xiaochen for the breakout room. So we will be divided. Jadi kita akan dibagi menjadi groups. Di dalam kita akan diskusi tentang apa yang telah kita pelajari malam ini. Jika ada pertanyaan nanti boleh silakan nanya ke Koyen Sifu langsung. Thank you. Selamat bergabung kembali. We have 3 minutes left. Does anyone have questions to us? Jika ada, silahkan di-unmute dan silahkan nanya langsung ke guru.
Maybe you have.
Today I don't have. Ada yang punya? Koyan Sifu. Last week we have a Dharma talk by Yin Yang Faster. He said, like theoretically, we know that there's no I, there's no self. So he gave an example. There's a ship or a small boat, and then when every day the little piece of wood of the boat is changed until the whole boat is a brand new boat. Then he asked, is the boat still the same boat? Like theoretically, we know in Buddhism teach us that yeah, it's not the same boat, but in our eyes and in our untrained mind, we still see that that boat is still the same. Like how can we of course by practice, but how so that we can know that it's not the same boat, Sifu? Thank you.
Yeah, it's one is the reality. The other one is the so-called delusion. Just like ourselves, when we were born, it's a baby, right? Right, the baby. And then when we grow, then we become a kid. Then later on, we become a person. And we keep on changing. But we still hold on to this as me. And this is the wrong perception. But we didn't see that. And exactly because of that, then we suffer. We see it as the same person. But in the worldly perspective, it's the same. But in reality, it's not the same. So, give an example when we look at the picture, okay? When we were young, now we are old. And sometimes the difference is so much different. We may ask ourselves, was that me? That is the thing that we have to really realize, that there's so many things that changes in ourselves. The bodies change, the physical body change, and then the way of thinking also change. And our behavior, it's different. Say, for example, in the recent like 1 or 2 years, I notice it when I eat, sometimes or many times, that when I eat and it is something drop on the floor, right? And then I try to find out how come I'm chewing, but there's some, it's just very small, food or something just drop on the floor. You know why? Because my jaw moved. It was not like before. My jaw moved backward, so that the upper part and the lower part is not really, on top of each other. So when I swallow, or when I chew my food, something just came out of that gap. Upper jaw and then the lower jaw is different. It's not aligned. So there's so many things changes, but we still think that this is me. It's okay. You could say that it is just a temporary me. It's okay. But don't think that it is always that person. So we try to practice so that we could let go of many things. Although we cannot let go, completely, like shatter the self, but still we know that our wrong thinking. And if we could hold on to this right view, then we don't suffer that much. Or else we think, why my jaw is like this? Oh, I feel so disgusting that I was dropping my food on the floor, right? That is not right. The thinking itself is not right. So somehow we need to be more reflective in all the things that we think that is real, or else it's supposedly we should think that, okay, this is my wrong view again. So by reflecting on that, then gradually we will be less distressed.
Thank you, Shifu, for the tips. Tips on my wrong view again. I think that I will try that. Yesterday me is not the me today.
In our surrounding, we could see that even the closest one to us, sometimes they hold on to a certain idea that they cannot let go. Then they become like, they suffer. They think they enjoy it, but actually they suffer.
Thank you so much for the teaching, Koyan Shifu. The time is up. I think we should proceed for transfer
Okay.
merit.
All right.
Thank you.
Please join your palms. We pray for the flourishing of Buddha Dharma, for peace in the world, for the joy and contentment of all people, for the freedom and ease of body and mind. May tension being depart from suffering. May the vows of the donors be fulfilled. 回向佛法兴隆，世界和平，人民安乐，身心自在，永生离苦，施主愿遂。好 ，Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Koyan Shifu. Let's on our video and let's give respect for Koyan Shifu for today Dharma teaching. Join our palm together and bow.
Okay, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Koyan Shifu.
Thank you, Koyan Shifu.
Oh,
Boleh
yung
di-unmute.
Thank you, Shifu.
Thank you, Shifu.
Okay.
Take care,
We'll see
Shifu.
you next
Okay.
time.
Yes, Shifu.
See you next month.
Shifu.
Terima kasih.
teman-teman.
Terima kasih.
Semua.
Aku bilang sama Sefu. Tadi aku bilang sama Sefu. Sefu kalau breakout room ya, kalau ada aku sama Agus, pasti kita dijadiin satu sama Sefu. Soalnya yang lain takut. Sefu tanya, takut kenapa? Nggak tahu.